So today is part 4 of my video series, going over my wants for Battlefield 6. Today I'll be going over what the weapon customization systems should look like, and the same for player cosmetics. The games I'll be looking at for inspiration will be Battlefield 5, which actually had some cool cosmetic features, along with Modern Warfare for the gun customization. Many in the community are looking forward to a modern gunsmith like in BF4, so DICE has a real chance to strike gold if they pull it off well in Battlefield 6. So first off, let's take a look at Battlefield 5 and its weapon cosmetic customization, because that game had some cool features in it. So first off, in Battlefield 5's weapon cosmetics, Battlefield 5 actually had some really cool looking skins, and I want to show a few of them for you here. So first off, here on the Car 98 is the captured set of skins. Now the captured set gets a really nice weathered look, so the metal becomes rusted, and on the wood parts of some of the guns, the varnishing is ripped off, and you can see it's really nice and weathered. Next I want to show off is the blued series of skins. So you can see here on my Suomi, the metal gets a nice blued finish, the wood gets a really cool gray look to it, and often there's a leather patch on the back of a gun with rivets that hold it in place. Pretty good looking set of skins on that gun. Next up is the chrome finish set, and you can see that on my MT28. Chrome finish gets the nice chrome on the metal, as the name would suggest, and then the wood gets a nice red finish with often those metal decals on the back. It's a pretty sexy looking skin series, I would say. Now next up is the mint series. So the mint is kind of like chrome, but it's a little more duller, as you can see with the metal. The wood also is a little reddish, but it's a little more speckled, so there's a little more variation when you compare it to the chrome finish set of skins. And now finally is the gold plated set of skins. I mean, gold plated always looks good on any gun you put it on, basically. You get the nice little metal gold decals on the back, and yeah, it's a golden gun. That always looks good. So the other great thing I loved about Battlefield 5's weapon cosmetic system was the mix and match system used for applying the skins. To show this off, as you can see on the left side of the screen, I can put individual skins on each of the weapon parts, instead of one skin covering up the whole weapon. And as you can see, there are many different skins that Battlefield 5 had to offer, meaning an endless amount of combinations that you could make your weapon look like. Now let's say you wanted to make a random combination of skins that may not look the best. Well, as you can see here, I threw this together pretty quickly. And it doesn't look the best, but it's a lot of different skins on this one weapon. Now this also means that the mix and match system allows you to do the reverse, meaning that you could get some pretty cool looking weapons. So as you can see here, I have my mint stock, but I also mixed it in with some of the Arras skins to give the metal a really rusted look. It's a pretty cool contrast, and there's a lot of these kinds of cool customization options that you can make in BF5. And to show off one more cool weapon customization option, I put the blued skins on the wooden parts of the gun, and then the ivory skins on the metallic parts of the gun. So the metallic gets a really cool blackened finish with some maybe oil spilled on it, and that matches up really nicely with the dark wood finishes of the wooden parts. So there's so many options you can make in BF5, and the sky is really your limit when you want to customize your weapons and make them look unique. So for assignments, I'm just going to go over them quickly here, as I've gone over them more in detail in my BF5 review, and I will also leave a link to Level Cap's video on assignments, if you are looking for more examples and information. So some of the assignments in Battlefield 5 would unlock those mint and gold skins I just showed off, and players would have to complete how many assignments to unlock each part of the weapon for the skin. The proficiency assignments unlock the mint skins once you reach level 5 with a weapon, and the mastery assignments unlock gold skins once you reach level 10 with a weapon. Doing assignments to unlock skins for a gun isn't a poor way to do cosmetics, as I'll show later, because Modern Warfare did that system well enough. But in Battlefield 5, the assignments had requirements that were annoying, challenging, and were more luck dependent on completing them, rather than showing that you were good with the weapon. For some examples, in this assignment right here, you could see that they want me to get 20 prone kills while using a sniper rifle, which goes against good sniping gameplay of being mobile. And these other assignments here, and other assignments as well, had these objective requirements that were god-awful to complete. I know this is a quick explanation, so go check out Level Cap's video to see what I mean. So the other not-so-great part of Battlefield 5's weapon cosmetic system was the price of the items that you could buy. So some of the items could be unlocked by completing the assignments, but as you can see here, many of the other cosmetic items could be bought with the company coins. But the thing is that these prices are just too high. To show that, look at the top right, and you can see that I have 90,000 company coins that I've collected over 600 hours playing BF5. Now yes, I've earned more than that, because I've spent company coins on upgrading tanks and weapons, but my 90,000 won't last long when considering these cosmetic prices. Take a look at this chrome piece for the Kar 98, and you can see that it costs 2,450 CCs, just for this one part. And to chrome out the whole weapon, you'll need to spend 5 times that amount, costing more than 12,000 company coins total. And with how many weapons BF5 has, and how many weapon skins there are, my 90,000 CCs won't last that long. So for BF6, DICE needs to either lower these prices, or give out more company coins to players. Now yes, DICE will be leaning to microtransactions to support BF6, as premium is long gone. So it makes sense that these prices will be high, in order to encourage you to spend real money on the game. But it would be good if more average players could have a sense of progression by buying cool skins, and with prices this high, that simply isn't possible. So hopefully cosmetic prices will be at a much more reasonable level in BF6. So for gun customization, DICE really just has to copy Modern Warfare's Gunsmith to have great success. Now let's look at some of the features that make it so great. First off is the great UI the Gunsmith has. As you can see here, my M4 is a large, easy to see picture, and the weapon attachment groups are not cluttered and have clear lines that point to the part of the weapon you are customizing. Compared to Battlefield 4, Modern Warfare's Gunsmith is cleaner and larger, with better overall UI. Now I do have to say that in-game, you only get a column on the left side of the screen in Modern Warfare, where you can change attachments, so Battlefield 4 is better in that regard. But for the main menus, Modern Warfare is an excellent example of UI that DICE should copy for Battlefield 6. Another cool thing for the Gunsmith is that you have the option to save weapons that you have customized as presets, and included is the ability to name them. So if we go here to my M4, we can see that I have 3 different presets. First off, here's Killer. Here's the attachments I use on that. We can back out, go to Goofy, and these are the attachments I used on that. Another thing is that you can save specific skins that you have to your weapons. So here I have this little blue dragon thing. And then we'll back out to that and go to my last preset, which is Calais. So here I have these cool stripes, and I'm using those 9mm rounds on this preset of my M4. The Gunsmith also split the barrel attachment from Battlefield 4, allowing for the option to include barrels and muzzle attachments. So the barrel attachment in Battlefield 4 allowed you to put on muzzle attachments and also barrels in the same category. In Modern Warfare, this is split. So for the barrels in Battlefield 4, you can include that heavy barrel. You can do the same thing here in Call of Duty, and you also have some different light barrels that shorten the length of the barrel. And then also you can include muzzle options. So then this way you can have a heavy barrel and a suppressor, for example, while also having the option to choose muzzle brakes and compensators in Call of Duty. This just allows for more options and more customization, and it really should be included in Battlefield 6. Stocks and barrels were another cool feature, as they changed how the weapons physically looked. Now let's just say I want to include this short barrel, and then maybe I want to actually add no stock. So as you can see, this makes my M4 a really short package. For the opposite, let's say we add the M16 stock, and then we add the M16 barrel. This makes it considerably longer, as you can see. Now imagine if this was paired with Battlefield 5's weapon cosmetic system of the mix and match skins. This would be a really cool way, with the unique looking barrels and stocks, to get some unique looking weapons that you specifically designed. Now finally, the last thing I wanted to mention was the weapon conversion kits. For most guns, there were options to upgrade the capacity of your magazine using the same ammo. So for the M4, the base gun gave you a 30 round magazine of 5.56. You could upgrade this to 50 rounds of 5.56 or 60 rounds of 5.56. Now the weapon conversion kits changed the ammo your gun shot, and this radically redefined how the weapon would operate and handle. In the M4's case, you could include these 9mm rounds that increase the rate of fire and turn this into an SMG, or you could use these SOCOM rounds that increase the damage of your gun, lowered the magazine capacity, and turned the M4 into a battle rifle. These weapon conversion kits gave lots of replayability to the weapons as a result, and also made your weapons feel very unique to the base version. I hope DICE has some new and fresh ideas for gun customization, and along with the great examples of Modern Warfare, we could have excellent weapon customization for Battlefield 6. Now I do feel there is a lingering question of how deep the gun customization will go for Battlefield 6. So what I mean by this is, let's use this as an example. So let's say we have an M4 carbine and an M16 as two separate guns in Battlefield 6. Now if we take the M4 here and we put the M16 barrel on it and then we use the M16 stock, then this basically turns the M4A1 into an M16 fully lengthened assault rifle. Now let's say the M16 has the ability to shorten the barrel and the stock. Then that turns it into an M4. So having two guns that can turn into one or the other would really be redundant. So I feel that DICE is going to have the Call of Duty style of customization with more weapons, like the M4, that you could turn into other weapons, instead of having more separate entities of guns. I feel like this is a cooler way to make more guns yourself, and it allows for more customization. Well, personally, I like the other method of having more guns as separate entities. I think it makes more sense to do this model like Call of Duty has. So predict to see that in Battlefield 6. So for weapon cosmetics, Modern Warfare is another good example to follow, as it was similar to but much better than Battlefield 5. Modern Warfare still had you unlock skins for your weapons once you reached a certain level with the weapon. But unlike BF5, Modern Warfare had much more reasonable assignment requirements that were not as frustrating to complete. So as you see here with my sniper, I can unlock these skull skins right here at the bottom right once I reach level 55. And these completionist skins can be unlocked once I get all the other skins. So that's really similar to getting the mint and gold skins with the proficiency and mastery assignments in BF5. So for some of the requirements in Modern Warfare, for these striped skins, you have to get kills while you're mounted. Now I know mounted kills may frustrate some of the people that had to unlock these skins, but nothing comes close to the objective-based nonsense in Battlefield 5. Let's look at Reptile. And for these, you just have to get kills while your gun is using no attachment. Now this actually shows that you are good with a weapon and proficient with it, unlike Battlefield 5. Because if you're good with a weapon, you don't need attachments. You should know the ADS times, you should know how it handles, and the bullet velocities. And you only have to get, 75 kills with no attachments? You'll eventually get that as you keep playing with the weapons. So for BF6, having assignments to unlock skins is a fine way to go about weapon cosmetics, but they need to be more reasonable, like Modern Warfare, unlike BF5, and preferably be written by people who have played the game a little bit. And for a quick word on player cosmetics, DICE will be using those heavily, as microtransactions for skins is likely the way BF6 will be supported after launch. Personally, I do think there is some merit in the opposite approach, with the BF1 player cosmetic system, and the fact that there was no player cosmetics to change. But in Battlefield 1, you always knew what classes you were fighting, and the player visibility was much easier, as camos and unique items were not an issue. So I propose a hybrid system for BF6, with some cosmetics that you can change, and others that you cannot. So for the medic, as example, that will always have crutches on their backs to identify them easily, but other cosmetics can change to the player's content. So if all classes have this unique feature that they will all wear, this will help to keep visibility at a good level, while also keeping customization relevant. And lastly, there are certain questions of what kind of cosmetics we will see in BF6, whether they will be more goofy or realistic. As you can see on my character model, Battlefield 5 definitely has some unique cosmetics for the World War II era, so it can be reasonable to think that DICE will continue this trend into a modern era if BF6 will be set in that time frame. In the modern era, DICE has less constrictments for cosmetics when compared to World War II, so we could see more silly soldiers in BF6. The only thing that I ask is that the vision and the tone for the game remains the same. So if DICE wants a more eccentric game, then stick with that. Or if a more serious tone is taken, which is what I'm hoping for, then I better only see realistic looking cosmetics. In Battlefield 5, we got silly cosmetics like this, and more accurate uniforms like this, so it made for a weird mix in game. So whatever tone you choose for BF6, DICE, please keep it consistent.
Really good spot if you guys want to spot.
So that's my thoughts on how the gun and player customization options would work in BF6. BF5 had the great looking skins, along with the impressive mix and match feature of applying the skins. Modern Warfare brings to the table the upgraded BF4 Gunsmith that allows for reasonable and detailed weapon customization, along with a fair system for unlocking skins for your weapons. The question of player cosmetics and how far DICE will go with that is still up in the air, with the answer being how serious of a tone DICE is making in BF6. I know many in the community are longing for great weapon customization present in BF4, but absent in the World War games. DICE really just has to copy the Gunsmith of Modern Warfare to have success, but I suspect DICE will make some advancements in the customization department to gain a lead over Call of Duty, so hopefully that can turn out well. For the final installment of the BF6 prediction series, I'll be going over some reasons for why BF6 needs to be a modern game. And I'd like to thank everyone for the support of late, as videos have been hitting over 10 views on average. Big whoop, right? And the BF6 series seems to be getting even more views. It's a small amount, but it does mean a lot. So I'm glad to make content that people are enjoying.
They haven't taken me yet.
So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this longer video for what the gun customization could be like in BF6, and I will see you in the next one.
Oh, the shotgun, no! Fuck. Yeah, that was a fight.